Hi there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. Today, I thought we would make a New Year's card. Christmas is, I think, a week and a half away. Oh my gosh, it's going to be here so quick. And then we've got New Year's, and it is going to be 2025 before we know it. So I've got this die set from Trinity Stamps. We will be using the Cheers and the outline die, along with the champagne flute. And you can see this makes a really neat champagne bottle with the cork popping. And this is just so cute. I want to use that champagne bottle, but it's large. And we would have to do a 5x7, and I don't have anything planned for that. We're kind of going off a card that I did last year. I will also be using my retro numbers dies from Waffle Flower. And I love this set because it has the outline, and then it has the ampersand, and it also has the TH, the ND, the RD, and the ST. So first, second, third, what am I thinking? Fifth, everything is in there so you can make your number combinations. And that is wonderful. And then we will also be using the Sparkle and Shine hot foil plate from Pink Fresh Studio. So I did already prepare some items. I haven't pulled this back yet, but I did hot foil in Prism. This is Prism with that hot foil plate. So let's pull this back and see how it came out. And of course, it just foiled beautifully. I love all that sparkle and shine. We got just a little bit of overfoiling up here and down at the bottom, but I think that's okay because we're going to trim this out. So let me put that aside. And like I said, I did try to prep some things just to make it a little easier. So this is a very simple card, but it was a little time consuming with all of the die cutting. So I've got my numbers and my outlines and my sentiment and my champagne flutes. So what I did for each number, I cut 3 in black and 1 in gold glitter paper. My glitter paper is from Pink Fresh Studios, and this is their essentials pack that's got gold, champagne, silver, and rose gold. And I'm trying to hopefully not get a glare in there. I have used quite a bit of that. I love that pack. And so for each number, we've got 3 die cuts of black that are stacked, and then 1 die cut in our gold. So let's go ahead and get our last number attached to our stack, and they line up really, really nicely. And I just love the sparkle that you get off of that glitter paper. So we'll let that dry. Same thing for my cheers. I've got my exclamation point over here. I did all my outlines in black. And I've got cheers that is cut 3 times and stacked, and once in the glitter paper. So I will attach this, and it's super, super quick. I mean, the only thing that was time consuming was all the die cutting, because I did cut each one 3 times, and you only have 1 die. So it was a little time consuming. And then I did have to do my 2 couple extra times because we have 2 2s. I will have everything listed and linked in the description below. And it's just as simple as that to stack your die cuts, because I just love all that extra dimension. Just kind of wiggle it around. You used liquid glue. You can get that perfectly in place. So now all I have to do is attach my sentiment and my numbers to our outline. So there, I've got all my numbers completed and my cheers, and I just love the dimension that you get when you stack your die cuts. I just love that. And then you save on foam tape also. So now I am just going to complete my last champagne flute here. I only used 2 pieces of black cardstock to stack this one. So I've got 2 black and 1 in silver foil paper. And I believe this is from a Spellbinders pack. And it is just a matte silver. Just going to stack that. So now I will go ahead and trim out our background. I think we're going to start with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I was thinking of doing a gold frame behind it, but then I kind of changed my mind. So I've got my background trimmed out to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that came out perfect. You don't even see any of that overfoiling that was on the edge. Once you trim it out, it is gone, and I just love that shimmer. So I think now we need to work on the champagne portion of our glasses. So I did cut 4 pieces of vellum, and I got the little drink part. And what we are going to do, I'm not sure how this is going to work. I want to have it stick in there, but I'm not sure if this is going to work. So I've got a piece of adhesive sheet here, and it's really difficult when you're working with vellum because you don't want your adhesive to show. So what I'm thinking I can do is put a piece of adhesive sheet on this vellum, and then I am going to cut out 2 of my drink and just get that center area. So let me go do that real quick. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces cut with adhesive sheet behind them. And what I want to do is I want to stack them, but I'm going to hope that we don't see the adhesive and that there's a little bit of adhesive around the edge that will actually, hopefully, hold that in place, because I'm afraid if we have adhesive behind the champagne like that, it's going to show too much. So this is a little trick we're going to try, and I think with the adhesive that is still on the edge, that will hold it in place perfectly. So let's try this. I've got my other one adhered, so we've got 2 layers of vellum with a thin piece of adhesive behind them. Let's color our drink. I want my glasses to be toasting, so we are going to have our champagne at an angle. And I'm just taking E34 Copic marker, and we're just going to color that in just to give it a little bit of champagne color. Then we can line them up and kind of go from the same mark. And then let's add some little bubbles. So we just need some little dots to make bubbles. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see the bubbles behind, well, with the black behind them, but I'm hoping we will. So we've got some little bubbles there. And now we've got some bubbles on our other glass. And I think now we are ready to assemble. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a gold frame, trim that out, but I think we're going to go with this. I know we've used this recently in a video, but that's why we buy these dies, so we can reuse them. This is the Dotted Fancy Frames from Pink Fresh, And I took the largest. I've got two black die cuts stacked and then the gold on top of it. And I think what I want to do is just have our glasses like that, kind of tilted. We'll have our cheers up here at the top, and then our numbers down at the bottom. And I think that will look super cute. You know what? I like that. I need to move my glasses down a little bit and then take that frame up. So let's put our frame on first, and then we will put everything else on there. And this card would be perfect if you are invited over to someone's house for New Year's Eve and you just want to give them a little thank you, maybe bring them a bottle of champagne. This would be a perfect card for that. So let's figure out where we want our glasses. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and attach my glasses. So my glasses are attached. Now we can take our cheers and we need to look and see how that is going to fit. So we need to add foam tape behind everything underneath so it doesn't hit the frame, so it will be raised up. And for that, I've just got some black foam strips. I think that looks good. Perfect. You know what? I'm really liking that frame on there. I'm glad I didn't go with just a border behind this. I like the frame. So now let's take our champagne and put that in there very carefully. I just want to kind of inlay that, and you know what? We're not even going to need any glue, and I think that's okay. You can still see the adhesive through it a little bit, but not too terribly bad. And the adhesive from attaching the two pieces of vellum, you know, you always have a little bit that sticks out the side. I think that's going to hold that in there perfect. That is not going anywhere. I think that's good. So now we need to get our numbers on there. I've got some black foam strip behind them. And I was cautious to leave this area open because it is going over the stems of our champagne glasses. So let's just try to get that nice and centered in there. Make sure it looks level. I do have a crooked eye, and that looks crooked. Let's try to lift up our two a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Much better. So now all we have to do is add our jewels. So for my jewels, I've got pink fresh glitter drops in champagne and gold. I thought we would kind of mix it up a little bit. And I am just going to place these all over randomly. And there we go, a super festive New Year's Eve card or New Year's card. And that is so sparkly. That was exactly what I wanted. And I love the dimension. I love stacking my die cuts, so there is so much depth in there. Please be sure to leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you thought. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.